Trump Legal Cases Daily Digest, January 9, 2024. Hello and welcome to News Media Hant's Daily Digest. This edition focuses entirely on the first arguments of Trump's appeal to the District of Columbia Circuit on presidential immunity. Trump's immunity claim sparks heated exchange in appeals court hearing. Former President Trump's attorney, John Sauer, argued in a federal appeals court that Trump has absolute immunity from charges related to Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation, while suggesting that President Biden is engaging in politically motivated prosecution. The three-judge panel, including two Biden appointees, expressed skepticism about the immunity claim. Judge Karen Henderson noted, "I think it's paradoxical to say that his constitutional duty to take care that the laws be faithfully executed allows him to violate criminal law." Sauer contended that Biden is prosecuting Trump, his number one political opponent and his greatest electoral threat. Meanwhile, Smith's team argued that presidents aren't entitled to absolute immunity, emphasizing that Trump's alleged actions fall outside the scope of official presidential duties. Prosecutor James Pearce stated, "The president has a unique constitutional role, but he is not above the law." Pearce addressed concerns about potential repercussions, stating that he didn't foresee a flood of vindictive prosecutions against ex-presidents. Sauer countered, warning of a frightening future if Trump is not prosecuted. The court's decision is pending. After the hearing, Trump criticized the prosecution, stating, "I think it is very unfair when a political opponent is prosecuted by Biden's DOJ." He emphasized the potential ramifications, calling it the opening of a Pandora's box and stressing the need for presidential immunity. Trump maintained his innocence, stating, "I did absolutely nothing wrong," and reiterated claims of a rigged 2020 election. The trial start, initially scheduled for March 4th, is on hold as Trump's legal team appeals the case, asserting presidential immunity. Judges deeply skeptical of Trump presidential immunity claims. In a pivotal court hearing attended by former President Donald Trump, federal appeals court judges in Washington expressed considerable doubt on Tuesday regarding Trump's claim of immunity from prosecution on charges related to his alleged plot to overturn the 2020 election results. The three-judge panel, including two Biden appointees, not only scrutinized the substantive arguments put forth by Trump's lawyers but also questioned the jurisdiction for considering the appeal, raising the possibility of dismissing the appeal on procedural grounds. The judges appeared unconvinced that the Constitution intended absolute immunity for presidents after leaving office and challenged the notion that official duties could shield Trump from criminal charges. During the hearing, Judge Karen Henderson, appointed by former President George H.W. Bush, voiced skepticism about the argument that constitutional duty allowed Trump to violate criminal law. The outcome of this appeal holds significant implications for the ongoing criminal case against Trump and the broader legal question of whether a former president can be prosecuted for actions taken while in office. Trump's presence in court and subsequent comments underscored his strategy to portray himself as a victim of a supposedly politicized justice system, aligning with his broader narrative. Despite potential delays sought by Trump's lawyers, a swift decision is crucial for Special Counsel Jack Smith, eager to proceed with the trial before the November election. In response to the judge's skepticism, Trump's lawyer, John Sauer, emphasized the importance of presidential immunity, stating, "To authorize the prosecution of a president for official acts would open a Pandora's box from which this nation may never recover." However, judges on the panel, such as J. Michelle Childs, questioned the need for a pardon granted to former President Richard Nixon in 1974 if presidents already enjoyed immunity from prosecution. The judges delved into the jurisdictional aspect of the appeal, challenging whether they should consider it at this stage. The appeals court's decision could shape the trajectory of the case and potentially set the stage for further appeals to the U.S. Supreme Court. Fiery exchanges in court as Trump's legal team and special counsel clash over presidential immunity. Special counsel attorney James Pearce delivered a passionate response to questions regarding the potential consequences of granting complete presidential immunity to former President Donald Trump, labeling it an extraordinarily frightening future. Pearce expressed concern about a scenario where a president could evade criminal charges for acts like ordering an assassination of a political rival. He emphasized the unprecedented nature of the charges against Trump, stating, "Never before has there been allegations that a sitting president has, with private individuals and using the levers of power, sought to fundamentally subvert the democratic republic and the electoral system." In response to Pearce's assertions, Trump's attorney, John Sauer, strongly rebuked the idea of a frightening future, arguing that the existing system, where presidents are rarely prosecuted unless impeached and convicted, has been the norm for the past 235 years. Sauer countered Pearce's concern by stating, "That's not a frightening future, that's our republic." He further contended that the prosecution of Trump under the current circumstances, where he is the leading political opponent in upcoming elections, could set a dangerous precedent leading to cycles of recrimination that would impact the nation's future. The courtroom exchanges concluded after Sauer's rebuttal, and it remains to be seen how the court's decision on the issue of presidential immunity will impact Trump's legal battles and the broader legal landscape surrounding the accountability of former presidents. Trump asserts presidential immunity and denies wrongdoing after court appearance. Following his court appearance, former President Donald Trump reiterated his belief in presidential immunity, telling reporters, "A president has to have immunity. And the other thing was, I did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong." Trump emphasized the importance of immunity for a sitting president and defended his actions in addressing voter fraud concerns, stating, "And if you don't have immunity, as an example of this case, where loss of immunity, and I did nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong, I'm working for the country." Expressing his concerns about the case's broader implications, Trump warned that it would set a very bad precedent and likened it to opening a Pandora's box. He argued that the threat to democracy lies in cases like the one against him, asserting, "When they talk about the threat to democracy, that's your real threat to democracy." Trump's remarks underline his ongoing effort to portray the legal challenges against him as politically motivated and underscore the potential impact of the court's decision on the concept of presidential immunity. In a speech lasting just over 7 minutes, former President Donald Trump refrained from taking questions. The rejection of immunity arguments by U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan, who ruled that the presidency doesn't serve as a get-out-of-jail-free card, prompted Trump's legal team to appeal. Despite efforts to expedite the immunity question to the Supreme Court and maintain the case's timeline, the justices declined involvement. This appeal is crucial for Trump's strategy of delaying proceedings until after the November election, where a potential victory might grant him the authority to influence the Justice Department or seek a self-pardon. Trump faces 3 other criminal cases, with the Washington case scheduled for trial ahead of the others. Trump's presidential immunity hearing unveils divisions in public opinion. The ongoing legal battle surrounding former President Donald Trump's claim of presidential immunity has sparked intense debate, with legal experts and the public weighing in on the implications. Special Counsel Attorney James Pearce expressed concerns over the potential ramifications of granting complete presidential immunity, stating, "I mean, what kind of world are we living in?" In response, Trump's attorney, John Sauer, argued that the existing system, where presidents are rarely prosecuted without first being impeached and convicted, has been the foundation of the republic for the past 235 years. The 3-judge panel overseeing the recent federal court hearing involving former President Donald Trump comprises a diverse and experienced group. The panel, consisting of judges Karen Henderson, Florence E. Pan, and J. Michelle Childs, demonstrated a thorough engagement with the complexities of Trump's claims for immunity. Henderson, appointed during President George H.W. Bush's tenure, brought a seasoned perspective, emphasizing the paradox of a president claiming constitutional duty while potentially violating federal law. Pan, a recent appointee by President Joe Biden, challenged Trump's attorney on issues like the possibility of criminal prosecution for presidential actions and the implications for the separation of powers. Childs, another Biden appointee, drew parallels with historical events like Nixon's pardon, contributing a nuanced understanding of past presidential circumstances. The judges' pointed questions and scrutiny underscore the gravity of the case, which could have profound implications for presidential liability and immunity. Trump, speaking to reporters after the hearing, reiterated his belief in presidential immunity, asserting, "A president has to have immunity. And the other thing was, I did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong." He warned that the case against him sets a very bad precedent and could open a Pandora's box, emphasizing the need for immunity to carry out presidential duties effectively. The public response through comments on social media reflects a polarized opinion, with some questioning the strength of Trump's defense strategy, while others argue that presidential immunity is crucial for the functioning of the republic. As the legal proceedings unfold, the nation awaits a resolution that could have far-reaching consequences for the understanding of executive privilege and accountability. Thanks for watching. If you like it, comment and hit the like and share buttons. Subscribe for future videos.